welcome to today's Decay, where we celebrate births and beginnings of everything important since the dawn of time. July 20th edition. And here are all the dates that really rate. Today, Howard Thurston was born 1869. Having a little trouble. I'm working on it. Howard Thurston was a magician, operating at like the turn of the century, the same time frame as Harry Houdini, but where Harry Houdini was really focusing on escape stage illusion. Howard Thurston was focusing on the occult, ghosts, speaking to mummies, things of that otherworldly nature. The type of thing that Harry Houdini really was championing, saying none of this exists, ghosts aren't real. If they are, prove it. I'd love to know if the two of them ever met and argued or had a battle of wits over who was doing what trick and why and whatever. I don't know. I'm sure somebody knows. There's many magic historians out there. Magic Castle, for instance, is a fantastic place filled with the history of magicians in Hollywood, California, that I've been to plenty of times, and I can't suggest it enough when visiting Los Angeles. And I stress when visiting, because I think it's a great town to visit. Make sure to get to the Magic Castle. It's like a 100-year-old Victorian mansion that's like a closed to public, members only magicians club, where they serve food, and then there's tons of secret passageways, different rooms with different scales of magic, be it sleight of hand to stage illusion and everything in between. There's a ghost that plays a piano, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. Speaking of the occult, Kurt Seligman, born today in the year 1900, who was a surrealist painter who experimented in the occult himself, published at least one, if not several, different books on the subject, and practiced what he found to be real ancient rituals in magic. Yeah. Barney Hill Jr., born today in 22. That's one half of the Betty and Barney Hill UFO encounter. Together, they're the first people to not say they witnessed the UFO, but state that they were abducted by UFOs. I wonder aloud how much of that was almost a narrative for the time in a pre-civil rights era America. Here's this mixed race couple. She's white, he's African American, saying we're out of here. I'm reading between the lines and making my own narrative here, but kind of fitting. Who wants to be stuck on this planet? Unless you're with Diana Rigg, born today, 1938, of the Avengers. Not the band The Avengers, not the movie The Avengers, but the TV show The Avengers. Unlike Paul Cook, who was born today in 1956, who's not from the TV show The Sex Pistols or the movie The Sex Pistols, but from the band The Sex Pistols. Okay? All right? Okay. Good. Dick Wayne, born today, 1958, of Buzz Wayne, of Buzz and the Flyers. I love Buzz and the Flyers. There's a real special place in my heart for them. I feel very lucky to have been able to see their reunion show here in New York City, put on by Rebel Night. I don't know. Was it 10 years ago? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it was really good. They were awesome. Yeah. Existing in New York City at the birth of punk rock and neo-rockabilly and everything all at once. The same time frame as Robert Gordon coming to New York and the Rockettes getting their start here as well. But really, it's in the midst of Max's Kansas City and all the early punk stuff happening, and just that all this was playing together with the Senders and Heartbreakers, and it's all just rock and roll in the end, right? We really kind of focus on these sub genres to, I think, better identify with a smaller group of people. But it's all just rock and roll in the end, right? Yeah. All right. What else? What else we got? London May, Born Today, 1967, of Sam Hain. And The Devil Rides Out, premiered today in 1968. The Hammer horror film. Here's a 1950s paperback version that states that Dennis Wheatley's The Devil Rides Out famous novel is the best thing of its kind since Dracula. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. I actually don't think that this novel, although at the time this novel was almost in league with the Magic Island in like being like outlawed, because people thought, or the press was making it out to be like the both of them were too honestly depicting voodoo rituals or witchcraft in a way that anybody who's reading these books can then just go home and do it themselves. Much like the book that actually Kirk Seligman created. Both the Magic Island was adapted eventually into White Zombie a couple years later, and this was adapted into, well, you know, the same title. Reading it, I don't see that being the case. But I do love the Hammer horror film. I think it's better than the book. Better than the book. Christopher Lee, Hammer production, excellent stuff. Yeah. And what else? Oh, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon today, 1969. So there you go. Something that's really out of this world. Today's Decay. All exciting things you could spend your day doing. Reflecting on the strange and the usual, rock and roll, the occult, great novels, people who left this planet, whether by their own choice or probably still by their own choice. That's the whole day. From me to you. Till tomorrow. Goodbye.